Hello, my lovelies. Let's see what we have going on for this Venus in retrograde. I've pulled out the zodiac moon. Let's see what things we need to know, what things maybe we need to work on, or what this new energy is bringing us. Remember that Venus is the planet of love. So Venus is what's going to kind of dictate how we love, how we like to be loved, all of those things. So let's see what's going on for the collective during the Venus in retrograde. Sun in Gemini. Let's see if we can maybe see this on camera. Sun in Gemini 3, communications. Hone your negotiation skills and relationship skills. So this is a card about communication, and this is definitely something where maybe that needs a little bit of work in relationships, in work. Maybe you need to go negotiate a new contract for work. Maybe you need to negotiate how things are dealt with in a relationship, but definitely trying to get your communication skills. And this might also be something where you have to travel, or this could be something to where maybe you do something in broadcasting, or there's something to do with like PR or HR type stuff, but something where you're negotiating and it has to do with communicating. Sun in Pisces 12, higher purpose. Align yourself with love and wisdom. So we all have a higher purpose. We all have a calling, a reason for being here. And so if things aren't aligning with that right now, I feel like this is the time where things are really going to start to change, because we can't keep doing that forever. So especially if you don't feel valued in, let's say, a job or a relationship, this is the time where these things are going to come to the surface so that you have the ability to evaluate whether it works or whether it doesn't. You're going to have to communicate that effectively, and you're also going to have to make a decision whether this is something that you want or something that you don't. All right, Moon in Aquarius 23, free spirit. Your inner wild child awakens. So a lot of us are free spirits or wild childs. We're people who kind of break the mold. We don't necessarily follow societal norms. We kind of dance to the beat of our own drum. We do our own thing, and we're supposed to. We're not supposed to fit into a cookie cutter mold. We're not supposed to just go with the status quo day in and day out and never ever change. This is definitely something where I think that you might really be stepping into who you actually are as a human, and really fulfilling like why you're here, what your purpose is. And in order to do that, I feel like you almost have to step out of what you do day to day or what isn't working, so that you can actually make some changes. What else do we need to know? Moon in Leo 17, heroism. Let your inner hero out. So maybe you're going to be a hero for yourself. Maybe it'll be for somebody else. But I definitely think that we all have that little bit of hero inside of us. And it's like, what wakes it up? Where are you going to be called to use that skill set or the knowledge that you have, or you're going to be able to rescue yourself or somebody else? I strongly feel like the number 17 is significant as well. Let's see, what else do we have? Eclipse in Aries 25, collaboration. Boost relationships through teamwork and compromise. This is going to be huge. So really negotiating what it is that you need, what it is that you want, what you desire, and being able to work well with others. Compromise is something that I feel like really needs to happen. And so you're going to have to negotiate some things. If you've been in a long-standing relationship, for example, and things just aren't flowing well, or things aren't working well, you have communication breakdowns, or one person is very spiritual and aligned with their purpose, and let's say the other person is very 3D and not, that could create a lot of turmoil. So you're going to have to come to some sort of compromise or figure out a way that you can work together. That's going to be important going forward. Moon in Sagittarius 21, discovery, freedom and adventure. So it's almost like you have to step out of your comfort zone. It's like something is just calling you to be able to try new things, go on some sort of adventure. Again, travel might be indicated. Not that you're going to travel into outer space, but hey, you never know. So this is really telling us that we need to kind of break out of our comfort zone, that we need to try new things, that we need to actually be able to, go forward on a new adventure and discover things about ourselves or even other people, other places. Moon in Taurus 14, personal growth and self-esteem. This card has come out, I think, last week in the readings as well. It's like there's lots of little pearls of wisdom, and I almost feel like the divine is really giving us this knowledge that we need in order to make these changes. So it's like, pay attention to all the little seeds of inspiration or all of the little pearls of wisdom in your path, and kind of gather those up so that you make a clear decision. Your personal growth is huge right now. So Taurus is governed by Venus, the planet Venus. And so Taurus, wherever Taurus is in your chart, is how you love and how you want to be loved. And so that might be changing. If things aren't working in a relationship, or, if you're single and it's like, hey, this doesn't work for me, I really want a partnership, then you're going to have to figure out how you want to be loved so that you can start looking for people that are able to give you that. And it starts by giving it to yourself. Remember that another person can't give you 100% of what you need. It starts from within. So self-love is going to be super important, and that could really be part of your growth. Self-esteem is another huge one. So if you have very low self-esteem and you don't value yourself, or you think you're not good enough, then that tells me that that's where you need to start. You need to realize that you are valuable, that you are enough, and that the right people will actually see that. Okay, Moon in Capricorn 22, accomplishment. Scale mountains to gain a sense of achievement. There's some sort of mountain that you're trying to climb. This could be a personal goal of yours. This could be going towards maybe your higher purpose. Whatever this is for you, this is something that you're going to have to keep working at it until you actually achieve where you actually want to be. But then you will have some sort of sense of accomplishment. What else do we need to know? Eclipse in Libra 31, rebalance. Reevaluate relationships, justice, and fair play. Sorry guys, I always get hiccups when I start your cards. Okay, so you could be dealing with a Libra, you could be dealing with a legal system, the justice system in some way. But it's time to evaluate your relationships, and we need to play fair. So I think negotiations are definitely in order, that there's definitely some things that we can work on as a whole, and that there's things that maybe we need to ask for that we aren't getting. We also need to align with our higher purpose, and that's going to be huge for us going forward, that we need to embrace who we are. We need to embrace our wild side, be a free spirit, and that we're going to either be our own hero or a hero for somebody else. But our inner hero needs to come out. We need to speak up for ourselves, what we need, what we want. We're also going to need to work on collaborating with others, and kind of teamwork will make the dream work sort of thing going forward. So some compromises might be needed. But it brings you a sense of freedom and adventure. There's something that Spirit is wanting you to discover in this time. So it started yesterday on the 23rd, and it goes until September the 3rd. So under these changes, we're going to see a lot of dramatic changes in relationships. Some are ending, and some are actually ascending to the next level. I never advise getting involved with anything super serious during a retrograde. So if you can hold off on like getting engaged, getting married until after the fact, that would definitely work out better. The reason why is that retrogrades can be unpredictable, and typically it's something that's coming up so that you can resolve it from the past, not so that you can go forward into something new. We don't want to start new things in a retrograde because they typically are meant for releasing. So keep that in mind going forward. Remember to work on your personal growth and your self-esteem, that we need to really take those pearls of wisdom to heart, and that we really need to take that information and grow from it. That's the whole purpose of a retrograde, is to evaluate and grow and learn our lessons once and for all, so we don't repeat them anymore. There is some sort of accomplishment that's coming in, but I feel like it's a big mountain to climb, but you can do it. Just take it one step at a time. And it's time to rebalance things. So anything that's not working in a relationship, it's time to evaluate that so that we can see what exactly needs to change. All right, our conclusion. What do we need to know for the outcome of this reading? All right, Sun in Aries, 1, a new beginning, taking a leap of faith. So that might be huge for you. You might really need to kind of evaluate what needs to change and be willing to take the first step, be willing to take a leap of faith, try new things, and it brings a new beginning for you. Eclipse in Pisces 36, free will. It's time to serve your higher purpose, your higher calling, your higher purpose. that's where I feel like you really need to kind of step out of your comfort zone and try new things, is that you have free will, so you can choose not to do this. But when you reincarnate, you will find that you're going to have to serve your purpose. It's a soul contract for a reason. All right, final card. Eclipse in Gemini 27, negotiation. Rise to challenges as a new path opens, new beginnings. You have free will, but you are supposed to be following your higher purpose. So there's going to be some sort of fork in the road for you. Literally on this card, love that. The glare will come off of there. There's a fork in the road. You're going to have to pick which path works for you, and you're going to have to decide, which direction you want to go going forward. So if something isn't working, you have free will, you can change it. But I highly suggest that if you are going to make big changes, that you think about it and you make sure that it's going to work for you going forward. I feel like it's a big period of discovery, especially about yourself, and that it's time to find balance in anything in life, especially relationships where things are not aligned or things are not working. I hope it helps, guys. We'll see you soon.